Oh, I am very scared. I'm trying a new project today. I'm working with lace for the very first time. I am very much a novice sewer. I have no business doing this, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of become a fun hobby. I thrifted this lace tablecloth a week or so ago. Beautiful, beautiful. I had this grand idea that I really want to turn it into one of those lace maxi skirts. I have been on the hunt for a lace maxi skirt for quite a while, very unsuccessful, like probably 2 years I've been looking for one. So when you can't find one, you just make it. Now, I am very much a beginner sewer. I know the bare minimum basics, I would say, but I've never worked with something delicate like lace before, so I am a little nervous. I did Google like any little tips and tricks, hoping it won't be that difficult. I have some elastics. I'm gonna do a little elastic waistband, and I have a skirt that I already like that I think I can use as like a pattern. Fingers crossed. Yeah, the only part I'm mostly worried about is just working with such a delicate material. I do need to change the settings on my machine. One thing I do know is that you want a shorter stitch length, around 1.5 to 2.0. And for the stitch type, I'm gonna use a narrow zigzag stitch with a width of 0.5 to like 1.5. That way it allows the seam to stretch with the fabric and hopefully it won't pop. So here we go. I have a Brother sewing machine. It's the Project Runway limited edition. Yeah, it's pretty old, but change the settings and fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so this is not a tutorial. This is kind of just a girl figuring it out, hoping for the best. We're just here for the vibes. We're here for some chill vibes, make a tea, and let's see what kind of trouble we get into. I'm gonna listen to my true crime podcast while I do this because nothing quite so relaxing like a murder mystery. Karen Reed, did she kill her boyfriend or was she framed? So far I'm thinking she was framed. This is my pattern. It's a skirt that I already own. It's pretty much like the perfect length. It's pretty much exactly what I want out of this skirt. I just want it to be lace instead of satin. And it's like very simple. It's just a scrunchy little waistband, pretty clean lines. So first step is to measure things out. Currently trying to figure out the pattern, like how do I want this skirt to look and lay. There are some very distinct patterns on this tablecloth and I just want to display them in a way that visually makes sense. I will say this is probably one of the most irritating fabrics I've ever worked with because it just doesn't stay. I'm like trying to weight it down with cookbooks because anytime I'm trying to line it up, it's wrinkled somewhere, just so it easily moves. So it's very frustrating to work with, but I'm still keeping on. Yeah. This isn't lined up. Okay. My first go round, I just wanted to practice working on the lace. I highly recommend if you're new to the sewing machine or a new material, just play around with different settings, different stitches until you get a good feel for it and then start your project. It will save you a few minor meltdowns. So far, so good.
All right, playing is done. Time to get down to business. Right now, I'm just pushing my elastic waistband through the tunnel that I created, and then I will show that shut.
We have a waistband. We have a waistband. This has been one of the most frustrating projects so far. I don't even know what all I've recorded because I've gotten like in the thick of it. This material is so hard to work with. Something's going on right here. But it is slowly coming together. Slowly. I think I just need to close that. I'm eating cookie dough, contemplating all of my life decisions. But the skirt is done. Ta-da! I am scared to try it on. Oh, I don't know, it might actually work. My measurements got a little messed up along the way. A few mistakes were made. I will never work with lace again. Thank you so much. But I'm gonna try it on and see how it looks. I mean, not terrible. I feel like it accomplishes the vision. So, I'm gonna try it on. Oh my gosh, it turned out. I cannot see this far. Hopefully you can see it. I'm gonna take you off the tripod. Okay, no long stretches because I can't see that far. This turned out exactly how I envisioned. My shirt, I need to get a longer shirt. I feel like it's a little short. There could be a little slip up, you know. But the skirt, let me twist it. I cannot take as wide of steps as I normally would because this is not stretchy. So I'm gonna have to take very delicate, normal, ladylike steps. I'm happy. It worked out. What do you think, Margot? Are you so impressed? Look at that little ear. What do you hear? Is it about to rain? I think she approves. Yay. I need to figure out what to do with this scrap lace material because I feel like there's definitely another fun project I could use that for. Feeling very crafty today. There's just a couple of projects that I have been wanting. I've just been putting them off really, and I feel like I just want to tackle them today. So the second little crafty project is framing these recipe cards. I have a couple of these vintage frames that I've thrifted over time. These actually match this microphone situation. I don't know where to put the mic so that you can hear me clearly. I had it on my necklace and it was moving around, so I feel like all you heard was just it move on my necklace. If I clip it to my neck, Sometimes because of this high neck, if the microphone part hits my neck, my actual like skin on my neck, then you can't hear me at all. It's very muffled. Or I hold it, which I feel like is the best clarity, but that kind of gets annoying. Or I just clip it randomly on my clothes, which looks really silly. So I'm struggling with the mic, as always. I feel like there's always a struggle. If it sounds really weird right now, it's because it's sitting on the table over here. But I have a pair of, I've been collecting vintage frames. I have this 2 pair that matches. It's a little bit bigger than what I would want, but I think it'll work for the space. I also have this smaller frame. This is kind of more ideal. But I have these 3 recipe cards. 2 are handwritten by my grandma, who is no longer with us. And 1 is handwritten by my mom, which is our sweet potato casserole. Like, this is the sweet potato casserole that I grew up on every Thanksgiving, every Christmas. I'm gonna frame this guy and put him on the wall, and then frame these 2. It is my grandma's pecan pie and her sour cream pound cake. Also very big traditional desserts in my family. So I have some extra fabric. You've probably seen this before. If you've ever opened up the Pinterest app, you've probably seen this. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but it's where you just kind of wrap the canvas in fabric and then place whatever you're framing. Some I've seen, if you have like an actual border, like you're just doing the matting, or you can do the whole thing. Since I don't have any matting for this frame, for these frames, and because this is so small, I'm just going to put the material, I'm just gonna have it be like mostly material. It's gonna be super easy, but it's gonna add some light to my walls and just add like a touch of personality and character and something personal. So, Sam knew my grandma very well. They loved each other. He has had all of these recipes, so it's definitely like a family thing. My grandma was a very good cook. Yeah, so that is my next little cozy activity. I made some tea. I put hot honey in my green tea. I'm a little nasally, and I just feel like the spice of the hot honey just clears everything. So I have my candle lit. It's very cozy in here. I think it's gonna rain within the hour. So I'm just gonna like vibe. I'm just gonna have a nice little chill time and put together my picture frames. For material, I also have some scrap material. I thrifted this during Thriftmas. And I think this is actually, I don't know what I thought it was, but it's actually like the short little curtains. I think someone made this. I know there's a name for like the short curtains. I'm thinking this color goes really nicely with my mom's recipe card. And then I don't know if these are gonna be big enough. We'll see if I like open the seams. This was a cute pair of Rowan's pants that I absolutely love. But they got a hole right in the back where I can't just like sew a seam or anything. I'd have to put a patch there, and the way kids play, it would just rip open again. So I saved this material because it's cute and striped, and now is the time. I knew this time would come, and now is the time I'm going to use that material. So they're not going to be on the same wall, so they don't have to necessarily match, but I do want them to kind of go with the flow of the house. I have some other material too if these don't work out. It is too small. It is too small, so I'm gonna have to use this for the smaller frame. I'm a little afraid to use, but this is not that colorful. I need to get over it. I was afraid it would be too colorful. Like, is this too much? I'm gonna get over it. I think it's a sign. It's a sign from Grandma.
Downward on like me, which looks sort of, but I think he's also trying to like deflect.
Right, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, he's in.
I'm sure there are multiple ways that you can adhere this. I'm just using my scrapbook tape because I don't want to damage the cards in case I ever want to use them for something else. And then also remember to take pictures of the back of the recipe card. I decided to take both the front and the back and saved it to a folder on my phone. That way I always have the full recipe. Guys, so I'm having thoughts. This is how my ADD brain works. So I'm sitting here. I was going to hang up the frames. This is crooked. So I was just about to hang up the frames, and I'm staring at my kitchen, and I'm having lots of thoughts go through my head. First of all, I would love to have a backsplash. I don't really have the funds to do like a whole backsplash moment right now. I could do the peel and stick backsplash, but I don't know. It's an option. It's an option, but that would require me waiting to like order it. What I'm actually thinking is I want to warmth in it. I want to warm things up a little bit, and I think it would be kind of fun if I did like a lime wash effect throughout the whole kitchen. Am I crazy? Here's the thing. I would want it to go, like my main situation is from here to here, like a traditional backsplash. I was just gonna do like a lime wash effect. If I keep calling it faux lime wash, I've done a lime wash effect using just regular matte paint because lime wash paint and the whole lime wash process is expensive and just like, it's expensive really. You can get the same exact effect much cheaper if you use like matte or flat paint. So I did it in my bathroom and I love it. So I'm thinking I could bring it into here. My only issue is that I know I can't just do it where it would have the backsplash. Like, that would be very silly. So if I do it, it's gonna have to be like a whole moment of, I have a little side, I have like another little cabinet, little corner over here. So I'm gonna have to do it in there, this whole door area, bring it all the way there, all the way along there, and probably through this entire wall. Yep. I think that would be the most like cohesive. This little wall right here is my other plan for the house. Eventually, I want to open this up and have like a true railing staircase. I think that would be a beautiful, eye-catching, that's like a moment right there. Until that is in the budget, I'm gonna do wainscoting through here and all the way down this hallway, like 4 feet high, all the way down. And then I'm gonna paint everything in here Swiss coffee. So it's like a little bit of a warmer, cozy white. I probably wouldn't do the lime wash on this wall. Can you see which wall I'm talking about? I probably wouldn't do the lime wash on this wall, even though it's connected. I'm thinking I would do the wainscoting on this wall as well. I think that would match like those two walls and then all the way down. So potentially I could do like the lime wash a halfway if I felt that needed to happen. But right now, I think I'm gonna head to Home Depot and I think I'm gonna pick up some paint and start that project tonight. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how my mind will randomly work. 1 minute, we're making frames and sewing a project. The next, we're running to Home Depot and just painting your kitchen till 3 a.m. So I did this about a year ago in my bathroom. I just kind of make like a makeshift side by side. You don't want the paint colors to be able to touch, but you do want a nice thick block paintbrush, and you're going to be dipping it in between where you have each paint color on each side of the bristles. The only thing I'm going to do different this time is actually add a little bit of water. I wish I had done that last time. I think it just makes it a little more like fluid, swishy, and less aggressive. I know that there's like exact terms for that, but that's all my brain can come up with at this point in the day. I ended up going with the shade, which one's this? Natural Linen and Accessible Beige. Accessible Beige is the color that I did my doors and the trim, and I feel like I want to be able to like pull that color. I don't want anything, you know, I want it to be cohesive. I didn't want anything too cool or too warm to kind of clash. So Accessible Beige will be the secondary color. Natural Linen will be the primary. So let's get to painting. So far, not so good. Okay, everything's going up in smoke right now. I'm adding in some Swiss coffee because they were just way too similar. I'm really just kind of going rogue right now. Now I'm panicking, going rogue, and crossing my fingers that I am not gonna have to just, I don't know. What if I just did this? What if I just did that? There's at least some contrast now. Okay. Okay, now I'm just kind of adding in more white because I didn't necessarily want it to be super beigey. So I have a sample of Swiss coffee. And I'm just kind of adding that in. This is it from far away. I feel like yes, I'm not panicking as much anymore and I'm feeling more confident. Okay, it's looking so good. This lighting is really hard to be able to tell, but I am so happy. It is looking so good. Hello, it is the next morning. It is looking so good in here. I'm very excited. However, you couldn't tell, I am someone who puts their kitchen in order, completely in order, every night before they go to bed, so they wake up to a clean kitchen. So this mess this morning, not ideal. I did most of the kitchen. I just have to really get like just like those really high areas above the cabinets, and I'm all done. I didn't power through and do it last night because the lighting, you really need natural light to do this effect. I can see in some areas that I was, working on when I just had the synthetic lights on, that it's just hard to see like the two different tones happening. So it's a little too one note in some areas. So I'll probably go back through with the lighter color and add in some dimension, but I'm really loving it. It looks so good. It's so much warmer in here. I'm like looking like right here. It looks so warm and delicious. The walls in here were just like stark white, builder grade white walls. So this is making me happy. It's also making me very motivated to start another project and to put Swiss coffee everywhere on the walls, just to like really warm everything up. I'm feeling motivated this morning. I'm feeling happy this morning. I'm gonna finish up there and put my kitchen back in order and hang the frames that we made yesterday. The whole reason this occurred. Finish my coffee. This is my, I know you really want to link for this mug, but this is a one-of-a-kind, custom-made mug from Hudson. So, you know what I also just realized? I did not take any before shots. Is this my first day? Yeah. I didn't take any before shots of the kitchen. Oh. Whoa. That stinks. That's what happens. I get too excited for a project and I do not think everything through. Well. Oh well. The walls are looking so good. I'm really, really excited how this turned out. It just really warmed up this room and just added so much dimension that I am beyond happy. Feeling excited to start a new project. I've hung up some of the frames. I waited for this one. It is very, very gold. And I prefer more of like a brassy, dingy, you know, like older looking bronzy type of gold. So I have, for another project, have some Rub and Buff. It's in the shade Grecian Gold. I'm gonna rub it on the frame, darken this up, and then I'll hang them up on the wall and be done with all my little projects. I will say, the longer I stare at this frame, I know I am gonna end up changing this. I feel like the frames are too big for the space. I just kind of went with what I had, which were these were matching. But I'll just have to go thrift some more. So I'm thinking a little bit smaller, and the matting, it's just a little too burgundy. I wish it was a little more brown. I like the brown tones. I mean, it is an earthy tone, but it's pulling a little too much red and burgundy. So I think I will eventually change them, but it will be nice to have some life on the walls for now. I'm gonna paint this stuff on. I've actually never worked with this before, but I don't think it's too difficult. Hang them up and call it a day on all these crafting projects. Before and after. Oh, that looks so much better.